Yeah, I'm making egusi soup. Join me to make egusi soup at home. So the meat has been cooking for a while. The meat has been cooking for a while now. So I just want to know how it is. And it just tastes good. Are you watching or not? I think it should be getting done now. Go down the lights. Which one should I do first? I'm going to use this for. I'm going to be using this for mixing the egusi. I don't know if I should use this or use this. Okay. You may not know it, but egusi soup is a very, how do I say, nutritious, because it's high in fat and protein. Yes, if you think I said fat, that's exactly what I said. Fat is good for your body because your brain, your organs, cushions, a lot of things in your body can actually not work without good fat. So anyone that tells you that fat is your enemy, I wonder if they mean you well. With fat, egusi is high in fat as well as protein. If you can't find me, I'm trying to clear things up. This is how kitchen look when you are cooking. Sorry, I'm trying to find stuff to put in my soup. If you don't see me, I am somewhere trying to arrange things. So we are making the egusi soup in case you are just joining us. So yeah, I like to grind the egusi. This is my egusi. This is my egusi. My egusi is here. I'm going to grind it. I'll put it up here besides, right? Because anything that falls, anything that falls here, I'm going to pick it up. These are not cheap. They're not very easy to come by. So I'll clean it up so that I'll be able to pick whatever falls. I had earlier prepared the cup I will use to measure my egusi. I'll put this. And here is my blender. I'll put my blender on. I'm cooking for like egusi that will last me for like as long as it will last. I don't know. But egusi that will last me so long. Inside my pot, I already have meat. and cow leg. I use cow leg because I no longer make bone broth separately. So in order to get the benefit of that bone broth, I use cow leg in all my soup. So today, inside there is cow leg, there is goat meat, which I'm using to make my egusi. So this is, it's not on yet. This was here. I'm going to just tidy it up. I'm going to use this tidy it up. Sorry, it was there. This will not blend dry, so I'm going to add water at some point. Grind it as well. If you notice, all my pots are stainless steel. All my pots are stainless. It has finished, so it didn't grind well enough. So I'm still going to add water so that it can blend better. I'll use my spatula. Sorry, it's a live process, so you are just joining me. Maybe it didn't grind well. So I'm going to put water. I'm going to add water because it needs to blend better. Whoa, it drank all the water. What? That's a lot. Oh yeah, or it is. That is blended. If you see, it's blended. So I am going to pour this now. Let me get a plate that I will use to do this work. So this, I'm going to bring out this because I will still need it. I'll still work with it. I'll use the spatula and scrape out the blended egusi. So this is my egusi. It was dry, but because I needed it well blended, I had to add water. So subsequently, I'm going to be using water to blend it. I didn't get that, blended feel after blending it dry. So I'll be adding water to complete the blending. Do you remember how many cups we put before? That was 3 cups. You can see how gigantic the pot is. Orange. So you are putting another 3 cups. Some people prefer to wash this egusi before blending. Well, because I'm I'm an advocate of microbiome, I do this. It doesn't make it wrong to blend, to wash, but I do not wash because every natural food has its own microbiome that it has to offer. Thank you. This is not working because the water has already made it wet. So I'll just go ahead and put the water and start it out fresh. I'll be mixing the egusi with onions, pepper, and salt. So I'll prepare the onions that I'm going to add to the egusi. I will have to make it as tiny as possible. Yeah. Hello. I am not Agnes. Hello, Asha. Hi, I'm not Agnes. My name is Ijoma. I am preparing Egusi soup, and I felt I should share with you. So anywhere you are from, this is melon. The English name is melon. But in Nigeria, we use it to make soup. So today I'm making soup for my family. Don't be surprised by the size of the pot. Don't be surprised by the size of the pot. I'm going to keep it. I need it to last long. So this did not blend well, as you can see. I still have sorry, I still have lots of seed in it, so I'm going to blend it again. I still have the egusi seed in it. So I'm going to blend it again. I'll add more water for fluidity. Even though that may not be so wonderful for me, but meanwhile, I am preparing, this is onions in the pot for the egusi. Okay, I think that is blended now. I'm just washing the vegetables, which you will see in due course. So now it's blended, and I'll pour it out into the pot. This is how it is. Oh. Remember, I've put onions here already. We are going through the process. So the egusi needs to be blended. If you follow me here, you will see how to make a delicious egusi. Egusi soup, yeah. Egusi is melon. Egusi is the Igbo name. I still have more to blend. I'm going to remove some of these and return it to the blender. And I'll put some more. So this is egusi before it's blended. Here, this is how it looks before it's blended. So I've already blended 6 cups. This is 7. This is 2. And this is 9. Like I said, some people would wash this before blending. I don't, and that's okay. If you wash, that's okay. And I should just finish this. Sorry, I don't know how I'm cooking this. Fourth cup. Ooh, I think that's too much. It's too much. I should not put that much. Too much. It's going to affect it. Okay. I'm going to keep it here. I didn't have cough. I do not have cough. So I'm adding water because yeah, we've already blended wet. You will only take it wet now. Welcome, we are making egusi soup. We are just running this cannot mix it, so I'm going to use, I'm going to add more water. It's not doing so well. It's so little water. Salt to taste. I still have to check if it's blended. Not quite. I'm gonna use this, get the seeds from the cover back into the bowl. If you're a mother, you will understand this part of motherhood. Yeah, I mean, some people like cooking. I personally don't like. I just cook out of necessity. If I find a way to run away from it, I'll gladly disappear on this obligation of providing your family with nutritious, healthy, tasty food. So yeah, for now, I still have to do it. cover is clean. Yes, it's okay. In this video, you should also learn that a lot of times we waste things that shouldn't actually be wasted. So if you finish blending like this, don't just keep the blender or wash it off. You see now that I'm mixing my egusi in this pot. I'm going to use some water to rinse out all the egusi that is stuck to the blender and pour the water back in here. Even if that's too much, you can keep it and pour it into the pot when the soup will need extra water. The point is, you don't just have to waste. You really don't have to waste. So I just finished blending my egusi, and right now I am removing it from the blender blade. So there you go. Give me a minute. I'll fetch some water. I'll use just a little. I'm being careful so that I don't have too much water in my egusi. Well, that's about the much I could do there. So I put it here because there are still ones on the cover. I put it here. Come on. You see what I'm doing? Yeah, I'm removing my extra egusi that's in the blender. You see, it's almost clean. I won't be losing as much. I'll still go ahead and get as much as I can from the cover. I'll still get as much as I can from the bowl. Yeah, as long as it is not too much water in the egusi, you are free to collect all your products. So right here in this pot, I have put egusi, pepper, onions, salt. Onions, pepper, salt, and egusi. Hey, this is almost too much water. But yeah, not like too much. It's tasty. So this salt is to taste. My salt is finished, but I bought a new one today. So just by luck, I almost didn't pick it, and I'm like, okay, let me just pick it and keep, because at that point, are you for real? See, as enough. Yeah, so come closer with me. Hey, this gigantic pot. Oh my goodness. My oil is frosted. Not totally frosted. I have this wooden one that's frosted. So I am melting my oil. Oh, I can still feel the thick one. Give me a like. It doesn't hurt. So I'll put my oil. This is original, healthy, delicious palm oil. If you think palm oil is wrong, then you need to rethink. Palm oil contains all the good nutrients that are good for both your body and mind. Vitamin A in abundance, vitamin E in abundance, you know, in ways that are provided by nature. Do you want us to check if this meat is done? Of course. Don't mind me. Okay, I'll just put one in this plate just to know if it's done. I'll put it in this plate and I'll leave it. So while this is boiling, I will allow it to boil very well before I can put my egusi, so it doesn't just dissolve inside. Meanwhile, let's check if the meat is done. It's done and it's tasty. In this pot, there's cow leg and there's goat meat, and there's salt, there's pepper, there's onions, there's curry, there is mixed herbs, there are all the condiments. We don't use bouillon cubes to cook, and that's why we use all natural herbs. And yes, we use the bone, the cow leg, because we no longer do bone broth as a separate product, but we still need to continue supporting our guts. Bone broth is something that you need to heal your guts, to keep it in the best of shapes. So instead of doing bone broth separate, you can just make it a habit to be using cow leg as part of your meat when you are making soup. So now this mixture is boiling, and we are going to put our egusi. This is as much art as it is science. If you put the egusi while it is not very hot, you might end up with egusi that will scatter inside the soup. That's number one. Number two is that if you want the egusi to come out in balls when it's done, then you should not turn it until it is done, which I like. I like the egusi coming out in balls. But if you turn it before it is done, the egusi will not come out in balls. Another thing is that if you also want the egusi to come out in balls, you don't put crayfish before you put egusi. The crayfish has to come when the egusi is done. Otherwise, if you put crayfish before you put egusi, your egusi will not come out in balls. Now you sabi wetin dey think. Ball is ball. So I am putting it in this spoon, the way you put maybe akara, so that they would have that structure when they are done. You can see I'm not just pouring everything in. You put them gradually to create that lumps, so that when it is done, you can have it, some of them in lumps. And if you remember, this is also why we had to season the egusi separately, so that if somebody is happen to eat the lump that is outside of the whole soup, it shouldn't be tasteless. So before now, I had seasoned the egusi with onions, with pepper, with salt, to make it really, tasty even before it enters the soup. Now you know. Because if someone happens to eat the egusi that is not immersed in the soup, it will just come out tasteless. I should be watching the time for school run. It's still 1:07 here. Tell me the time it is where you are watching from. This is 1:07 p.m. Yes, p.m. p.m. is afternoon. a.m. is morning, and some part of the night. Okay, so remember we blended 9 gigantic cups, so to be like 18 cups of egusi if you are using milk cup, the standard cup, to be like 18 cups. Don't ask me, I am not feasting or selling. It's for my family. But to save time as a parent, some things like soup like this, you don't just cook it for once. That's why you have freezers and fridges and the benefit of constant power supply. My food technology background tells me that if you freeze food as early as possible, they actually surprisingly retain all their nutritional values. But even at that, they should stay like too long, like months, like years. Now my children love fufu and soup. It can be any kind of fufu, but they prefer the soup to be egusi soup. So normally when in younger years, if I'm making this now, I would have to share the stock into 2. I'll use half to make egusi and use half to make ogbono. But these days, after making ogbono, nobody eats it with me. I will eat it alone. And you know how lonely that road can be. So, in order to work far, I choose to work with everybody. I cannot work alone, so that I will not die alone. Sure, is that not the adage? Work alone, chop alone, die alone. Okay, I no want chop alone, so I no die alone. So now I'm going to finish putting my egusi. Where is that plate? I have the plate now. That still has my meat. I put my spoon there. So I'm going to finish putting my egusi in the pot, and that will bring us to the next stage. Who can guess what the next stage is? Put it down in the comments. The next stage will be cutting the vegetable. Yeah, you can put it down. I can see. The next stage will be cutting the vegetable. And believe me, Chinedu, this soup You got to consume vegetable. It must be you. It must be you. That kind of thing. Where are you watching from? Do you cook egusi in your place? Or do you cook only ogbono? So, like I said before, you need to... You don't need to waste your stuff. So, I'm going to be using water to rinse all my equipment. But I'm not going to pour it now. I'll pour it when the soup will be needing more water. So, here we go. My oil is practically finished. And I'll take this away so it gives me space. This also will have to go. I need space for my next episode, which is cutting the vegetables. I have already washed the vegetables. So I'm going to use both ugu and bitter leaf. Bitter leaf will stay as long as the soup is, but ugu will more or less just break as it will go limp, and it will be as if they were not there. Okay, like I said in the beginning, before I start, I will clean this surface so that whatever falls on it, I'll be able to pick it. And my money and my food. So once I clean it, I'm going to cut my vegetables here. Just say hello, say hi, put a thumbs up. It doesn't hurt. Let's keep doing this. So I have finished washing the ugu. I'm bringing it now. Just stay put. The ugu is coming. Much. Hello. Just a minute. All right, here we are. So here we are. Tell me how you cut your ugu. Are you among those that will cut off this edge and you will go and buy fiber tablets and eat? No, this is part of your fiber and they are naturally present. Oh, Shera Chef, hello. I am cooking today. So this is part of your fiber and they are naturally present in your vegetable. This is ugu. This is a very, very nutritious vegetable in Nigeria. So instead of cutting your fiber and throwing inside the dustbin, you put them together. You add it to your soup. So here I did cut them off. I am cutting it for me to use, they are going into my pot. They are part of your fiber. I am good. Shera Chef. It's been a while, Sorry, you see how it is now. So one has like lots and lots of obligations to engage us. So I am cutting the ugu now, which I'm going to use in the food. If you are just joining me, I have egusi already here. This is melon soup I'm preparing. Shara, I'm making melon soup. Melon soup, egusi soup in Nigeria. We'll call it egusi soup in Nigeria. But the name is melon. Don't worry, I'm going to post the video on my channel, and anybody can go back and pick up from the beginning. So this ugu, like I said, you should leave the edges, not the hard part, not the hard part. As you can see, something like this, I put it in the dustbin. This goes to the dustbin. But the softer edges, the softer heads of the ugu should be added to the soup, because you cannot throw away your healthy fiber and go back and buy fiber. No, that will not be wise. So use your vegetables wisely. Include the softer part of the stock in your soup, so that they can make up for fiber in your food. I wouldn't want to like overemphasize the need for fiber in our food. They don't just help us to, to have a better consistency, but they also help to make the microbiome in you to grow. A lot of people go to buy fiber as tablets, and when they want to put their vegetables, they remove all the fiber. So if you have your ugu, it is better that you leave all the fiber that you can. The central stalk, yes, that one goes to the dustbin, but the end should be left. So this is the pot I use to mix my egusi. In order to still get the maximum of my egusi, I had used some water to clean it out. So which I said is not going to enter until when the soup is needing extra water. I am getting more ugu by this side. Sorry, my camera is not yet AI. It's not following me around. It's still a village camera. Forgive it. It's not a Gen Z camera. So like I was saying, all these edges, you see the edges of the ugu, you have to remain them. You have to use them, eat them, because they will form part of your fiber. They will form part of your nutrition fiber. Don't throw them away. They are healthy, both to your body and the body of the microorganisms that live in your body. Today, like I said, we are making egusi soup. Oh jeez, something held you. Don't laugh, oh, it's not my fiber. I'm just wondering what it is. Thank you for joining me. So I'm cutting my vegetables. The soup is much, and so will the vegetable be. I am from that part of Nigeria where it's like everything we put in the pot goes with some form of vegetable. Apart from that, as a nutritionist, I know the importance of leafy green vegetables. They are very important in our diet. That by the time you learn all the importance of leafy green vegetables, you don't want to miss your day without it. So dear friends, please ensure that you make it a habit. Hello. So I just finished cutting the vegetables, and what else? Now we are waiting for the what? For the egusi. The egusi is still cooking. Like we said, you don't turn it until it's done. How do you know when it's done? Oh man, these are the kind of things you learn in your mother's kitchen, you know. These are the kind of things you just learn only in your mother's kitchen. Whoosh! Come closer, come closer, come closer, come closer, come closer. So this is our egusi soup. Can you see this? Oh jeez. When I don't even have an apron. Sorry. I'm going to wear these clothes. It's not yet done. So we are leaving this. It doesn't look like I'm going to get a lot of balls, lumps from this. But that's the more reason I should leave it for longer. Oh dear Lord, it just splashed on my clothes now. Yeah. So the soup is cooking. We have added cow leg, goat meat, onions, crayfish, onions, pepper, oil. Remember, you don't add crayfish if you want to have lumps of egusi. You don't add crayfish now until the egusi is done. But if you don't mind having it just watery, you can add your crayfish in the beginning. But there is oil, there is pepper, there is onions, everything I used to cook the meat. Then in the egusi, after blending it, I had to spice it so that if you have lumps, if someone eats the lumps outside the soup, it will still be tasty. You know what I mean? So I had to add onion, salt and pepper in the egusi, mix it very well, and you saw how we were putting it with spoon. We didn't just pour everything so that we managed to have lumps. But I'm afraid I may not get lumps in this one as much as I would have loved to. One, because the consistency of the egusi was very light. I had to use water to blend it because the blender wasn't doing a good job on the dry one. Maybe it wasn't like dry. That's why the blender wasn't blending it well. So after that, this is the pot I used to mix the egusi. So this is my ugu. I've cut it ready to be used, but I'm not going to use only ugu. Like I said, I usually use ugu and bitter leaf. This is the dry bitter leaf that I've soaked for a while. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure if this is going to be ready. But in any case, this is bitter leaf, and I would like to cut it up. Sorry about the cuts coming in. It's just my phone. Actually just use one phone. I don't have multiple phones. It's kind of a bit difficult to manage for me. That doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just what one wants or what one does not want. So for this soup, I am going to use both dry, both bitter leaf and ugu. At this stage, I'm preparing the vegetables. I've already cut my ugu, and I showed you how to pick your ugu. You don't pick it like only the leaf. No, you leave the stalk. Like from the main stalk, you remove it from the main stalk and you leave it whole like that, so that you can get as much fiber as possible. You cannot be eating, discarding your fiber and be buying fiber in the market. Who does that? My daughter will say it doesn't make sense. So there, if you are using your ugu, make sure you utilize every single part of it that is utilizable. If you look at my cut ones, maybe they are under, but this is the hair. This is the kind of thing I meant. Something like this. You leave it. You don't throw them away. They are not bad. They are actually healthy. This is hard though. I should have soaked it like last night. I didn't even know it was this dry. And I bet you this one will be. I didn't even check if it's bitter. No, this is homemade. Homemade. It's not a market product. No iota of bitterness. And believe me, it is complete bitter leaf. A few years ago, some bad people started mixing bitter leaf with one leaf. I don't know. Why would anybody do that? If you think it is too expensive, then sell less for more. I mean, okay, if you were selling like 1 kg for 200, for instance, start selling 1.5 for 200 instead of giving me the wrong item in disguise. It's deadly. You could be destroying lives just in a quest to make few. And believe me, that kind of money doesn't make anybody rich. It doesn't. Oh my goodness. This bitter leaf is the best. And tell you what, the person that gave it to me, she sells all African foods. She's a friend. If you need her contact, just get in touch with me. It's taking a bit longer. Meanwhile, I want to start getting my crayfish ready. I'm sure you know what crayfish is. Even if you don't, I'll show it to you. Yeah. Hello, you there? So in case you don't know what crayfish is, this is crayfish, and yes, it's much. I'm using this much because we don't use bouillon cubes to cook. We cook our soups with only natural ingredients. No monosodium glutamate, because that is what we are trying to avoid by not using bouillon cubes. And there's something else I have in store for you. I have the dry fish. Yes, I did put this dry fish in the beninging because it is not like the dry fish is catfish. Normally they don't hold up that much, so I'll just rinse it and I'll put the head in. Can you edit that, bro? I have to finish. So this is my dry fish. I hope you can see it. It's a bit dry, isn't it? It's a bit dark in it. Does it help? I don't know. So these are my dry fish. You know why I don't remove bone, like pick? Because they eventually get cooked and dissipate in the soup. I'll get another one. If you're making a real Igbo soup, this is not the best fish one. I tell you, this is not the show. You know the show for soup. But come on, what I need is the nutrients, not the show. I need the substance, not the show. Oh dear. Are you watching the sun with me? So my morning is gone. Making soup. But my son will be very happy when he gets back from school, because he's gonna be eating Egusi Soup. It's been a while I haven't made soup. Like while it's almost should be up, oh my god, should be up to 4 weeks. It is a month we have not eaten soup. Don't blame me. I am so busy. Let me pity this bone and remove it. All these bones, they will get done. And don't forget what bones can do for you when you consume them. So actually, I'm going to put those bones in the pot now, because they will eventually get done. Remember the bone broth? You know you can also make bone broth with fish bones, eh? It doesn't discriminate. Will it be a crime if I eat a piece of this fish because I'm literally holding myself? I'm going to eat it. Oh dear. Why is fish so sweet? Yeah. So they are cooking. They are cooking. This is 1:43 here. What time is it where you're watching from? Put it in the comment below and let me know. And this fish is so yummy. So yummy. And what else I should do? This is taking much of my time. I'll do this. Can you see this? It's getting done. I'm not gonna have lumps. No. Just a few, you know. But I want to get on with this. I just want to get on. Let me know what it tastes like. Beautiful. I'll put this fish now so it gets done on it. Because this bitter leaf is also kind of hard, I'm gonna have to put it early. So get in, and in you go. The average person would say that my soup is white. Well, my mother would say you are not the wife of the eldest man in the village. Because the eldest man in the village has so many palm trees to his name that the wife can afford to cook food that having too much palm oil. Right now I'm tempted to add more, which I just might do. Unfortunately, how many of you have been receiving unfortunately as you are applying for job? LinkedIn are like, unfortunately. I think I'm going to hang this here. Yeah. So that the heat will continue to melt it from. Have you thought about this before? I'm a genius. Oh. Whoa. Are you for real? So you see, the Egusi Soup in the making. Oh my goodness. It's already ticking in my head. Okay, where's everyone? You need more sauce. Are you surprised? I said my salt is finished. Hand is paining. Yeah, that's what we do for the home. At home for the home. So I'm going to leave the. It's coming. It's coming. Not there yet, but it's coming. The way I can never sit there. Watch this. Ooh, ha, ha, ha. Ooh, ha, ha, ha. Done. Okay. We keep going. Push. Keep going. Ooh. Are you seeing that? I've got all my oil out. You. Up. Up. Did I just sound like something? Or someone? Or some people? This is just me. Bringing out my oil from the container. I'm sure I'm going to try without this oil here. Because I'm not yet prepared to buy this 20-something pounds thing. Sorry, oil. Oh, sorry, me. So that will be me spending money. So we are going to wait for like 10 to 15 minutes. Give it to me. Are you for real? I tell you, fellas, you don't miss anything like you don't kill. You're not missing it. You can totally do without it. Where's that my spotty? Yeah. You can so do without it. I'm still waiting a bit before I add my crayfish so that my egusi will not be angry. It's a science, isn't it? Remember I told you I cleaned my surface so that I can always pick my stuff. Those are my stuff. By this point, sorry guys, I have to go to the dustbin. Darling, thank you for your company. I do not take it for granted. just give us a thumbs up so we can continue to grow with each other and reach more people. So now I think I will add the fish. What do you think? Let me add the fish. Ay! Oh, God. Yes, some people might think like, okay, this egusi is the way it should be. But no. As far as I'm concerned, there's still no vegetable yet. This is... Oh, why have I not made egusi since? Huh? Why? I ask you why. Ooh. Yes, that water is the water. Remember, the water I used to wash out my remaining egusi from that pot. Ooh, in the bed of my pot. So here, my ugu is entering the egusi. Is it too much? Oh, the ugu will swallow it too. Give me a thumbs up if you think it's too much. Give me a thumbs up if you also think it's not too much. Don't give me a thumb down. Ah. Oh my God. Jeez. Have my hand paining you. Now I'm beginning to sweat. Let me just remove my hoodie and mix it. Tell me what you think about our Egusi soup. Oh dear Lord, I had forgotten I'm wearing my branded t-shirt. I should have used it all along. I forgot that I'm wearing my brain food t-shirt. Ha. Okay. So this is my Egusi soup. Thank you for joining me. It was a beautiful afternoon. spent with you, of course. So offer this to your little ones and watch them grow. Oh, you're not serious. Some will say too much vegetable. I will say perfect quantity. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye from Brain Foods. Thank you. Bye.